Ask Amy question is in today. It is, am I really an introvert or I just not? Here's your Ask Amy question for today. Am I really an introvert or do I just like my nice, quiet, peaceful life? And the second part of that was, and how do I get out into my community? So what I want to say to this is, just kind of came across and sounded like to me that someone's made you feel bad about being labeled an introvert, as if it's a bad thing. And you like your nice, quiet, peaceful life. You seem happy with that. But being an introvert just seems like, oh no, that's not a good thing. But I want to tell you is it takes both introverts and extroverts, and there's nothing wrong with it. I can tell you also, I am introverted. You might not realize that, but I very much am. And my husband is very much an extrovert. So what's the difference? And really that causes tension in the relationship, right? Hold on. Goodness. Oh my gosh. Sorry. That causes tension in the relationship, but not because you're an introvert and he's an extrovert. It's just the way that you guys refuel. So introverts need to refuel mostly by being alone, being in a quiet, serene place, having peace around them, not a ton of people. Like that's how we reset. Extroverts reset by being social. They need people around them. That's how they fuel themselves. That's what calms them. Whereas extroverts get calmed the other way. So when you're in a marriage that way, I'll need to do another video for that. It can blow some things up, let me tell you. But it's lack of understanding from people that are not introverted that you need that time and to be surrounded in a peaceful environment. I'm sorry, I've got to get a drink of water and I'm out. So hold. So really, sorry. So really, it doesn't matter if you're an introvert or not. So you are. Own it. Whoever is giving you the perception that it's bad, we just need to educate them on what you need, and you're just different. It doesn't make you any less than. It just makes you who you are. And we want to celebrate that. But I can tell you, it does cause some friction in a marriage if that's the case. And I don't know if that's the case for you. But educating them on what you need to reset versus what they need. That's just the whole, boil it down to that difference. And hopefully that will help. Now, I will say, I am an introvert and I'm right over the line. I can be extroverted. Maybe you can too. But it's not my preference. It's not my natural inborn preference. And the difference is I don't reset by being around people. It extremely drains me. I can do it when I need to be. I can be on a stage and speak. I can be on camera here and do it. But I also have to plan that around the time that in my schedule, I know when I'm going to have some downtime, or else I will start to go downhill with my health, my mindset, my mental health, my relationships. Everything will start to go downhill if I do not have time to reset. And mine is nature. It is being in nature. It is journaling, sometimes reading, sometimes listening to spa music. I like to listen to ocean sounds in my house because the ocean is just like the best calming place ever, and it's not near me. So I find ways to do that so that when my husband wants to go extrovert, I could still go. But I also sometimes say no, it's just too much, because he could go every night and just be perfectly fine with that. So yours may not be that, but your next part of the question was, I cut that part out, so yours may not be that. Your next part of the question was, how do I get out in my community? Well, that tells me that you kind of want to, that you want to be around people and you want to do them. So the number one way to get out into your community and meet people is to volunteer. That's how I did it. I built an entire business from first starting to volunteer in my community and get to know people. It's one of the reasons that the counseling center, when I had it, was so successful and went to multi 7 figures. And maybe that's not where you're going, and that's fine. I didn't know then that's what I was doing, but it was because of the people that I met while I was volunteering and serving in my community that ended up being the referral sources for the counseling center. So that, when looking back and people were asking me, like, how did you get them? And I was like, I don't know. And I had to really think about that. It was because I was out volunteering. So find a cause that you're passionate about. I guarantee you there is something around you that needs help. Whether it's working with children, whether it's adults, elderly, special needs, food pantry, whatever it is. If you want to get out in your community and do a little things, and you could set the amount of time that you spend on that so that you could still have time in your peaceful environment. So I hope that helps. If you have an Ask Me question, put it in the comments and maybe I'll make you a video.